And so share with me, how was your weekend?
Okay, so this weekend, I didn't do much. I did my thesis, but then I got into a really big fight with my mom because she wanted to help me with my thesis and she didn't like the the theme I had or yeah for what I'm writing. So she said that it wasn't going to be as good as she wanted it to be. And so I told her that it wasn't her thesis, so that she didn't have like oh, a reason to tell me that it wasn't going to be good. But yeah, so she got really upset and she got really defensive. Yeah.
Okay, so you're telling me that you didn't do much, but you started with your thesis, and then your mother wanted to help you with your thesis, but she told you that your topic wasn't that good, and then you told her that it wasn't her topic, so she got really defensive and she got upset. And what happened next?
Yeah, so she left my room and she told my brother and my father that I was really like mean to her. But this is something that she always does.
Always?
Yeah, like most of the time that I don't do what she wants me to do, she like tells me that I should have done what she said because otherwise I would make things worse. So yeah, it's something that since I was a child, she used to tell she used to tell me what to do and things like that.
So you're also telling me that she also tells you what to do, and she after that fight she went to your brother's room and to your father to tell them that you were being mean. So talk to me. Have there been another occasions that this happened, like involving other people?
Yeah. For example, one time I got into a fight with my boyfriend, and she was asking me why I was so upset because I went home after the fight, and then I told her about what happened. Although I didn't want to tell her because she would tell everyone else. And that night, my grandmother and my aunt came to my house, and I didn't want to like go out because I was really sad. So my mom told them, my my grandma, she told them that I got into a fight, and then they came to my room, and and they started asking questions, and I was like really uncomfortable because I didn't want to talk about it. So when they left, I told my mom that she shouldn't have said what happened, and she got really upset with me, and she started screaming, and she was really mad because she said that she only wanted to help me, but I told her that she wasn't helping because I didn't want to talk about it. So yeah, she got really defensive again, and it's usually things like that. Like, yeah.
So when these kind of fights happen, or your mom does these things, how do you feel?
At first it was, at first it didn't bother me that much, but then she started to always victimize herself, and that bothers me. So I feel very angry, and depending on the case, I feel sad. For example, with the thesis, I felt like I like worthless because I thought that my thesis was a good one, and I really liked the topic. However, she didn't. But when she said that my thesis wasn't going to be as good as it should have been, then I felt like I wasn't doing my best. And yeah.
Okay, so you also told me that has happened since you're a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
And can you please remember, tell me a situation when you remember feeling this way?
Yeah, okay. So when I was like 10 years old, maybe, I had to make a presentation um, about something about Ecuador. It was related to history, and my mom, she knows a lot about history, especially here in Ecuador. So she helped me with the presentation, and I wanted to do a poster with a lot of like graphics and images and to tell the story of whatever I was about to tell. And my mom decided that it wasn't a good idea, so we had to do a PowerPoint, and she basically like did all of the formats of everything. So yeah, I felt like my ideas weren't as good as hers. So whenever I had like a major project, I used to talk to her first, and then whatever she said, I would like replicate that in my way, trying to put something like of myself, but always sticking to what she says.
Okay, so let me know if I'm understanding you. Correct me if I'm wrong. So you're telling me that when you had 10 years old, you had a presentation about a history topic that you don't remember right now, but your mom knows a lot about history, so you asked her for help, and you had an idea of making a poster and start telling the story, but she didn't thought that it was like a good idea as in your thesis. So you also felt worthless, and she decided to make a PowerPoint, and then you like did things. And when you have these kind of works, you'll always like in, go to her and ask her about what she thinks. Okay, so you're telling me right now about her and what has happened. Could you please tell me in these situations and when your dad or others are involved, for example, your dad, how does he react or what does he do?
I mean, at first he used to like tell me that I was doing wrong, but then he figured it out that she was like trying to manipulate me. So now, yeah, like she's the one of the problem, but then she comes and she's the victim. So yeah, she makes me look like the bad person here. So now my dad usually comes to me and asks me about what happened, about my version of the story. So I told him, and he said that I shouldn't listen to her, that I know how she is, and that my thesis was a good subject, but if I had like any problems, I should talk to her and ask her what she thinks so that she feels involved. So yeah, they're neutral. They don't take any sides, but they understand me too.
Okay. So right now you're telling me you look kind of upset. Can you talk to me about how did you feel right now that you were telling me?
I felt the same as in the weekend because I relived what happened. So yeah, I feel upset and I feel like there's something in my chest. Like yeah, I feel like angry that she's trying to get involved so much with my things and that she's trying to make me feel like I'm worthless or that I'm less of what I am.
So you're telling me that you have these feelings about feeling worthless when you come back to her and you ask for help, and that also your father told you like not to listen to her. And share with me, do you think that that has worked for you?
Yeah, it has worked, but then that's why I'm here. Like I want to, because I usually like don't listen to her, but then the problem is still there, and I think that there are better ways to work with those things and emotions and everything. So yeah, I wanted to come here to rely on another technique to to respond to her.
Okay, so now that we're kind of you're giving me more details about how you feel and your expectations about this therapy, about discovering new techniques. We're gonna work in that. We're gonna try to dig in more in your relationship with your mother. How do you feel, and what could you do to get it better?
Thank you.